Joshua chapter 3, verse 13, and the 12 men have been chosen as representatives of God. It says in verse 13, the priests will carry the ark of the Lord of all the earth. Just as a reminder, he's Lord of everything. As soon as their feet touch the water, the flow of water will be cut off upstream and the river will stand up like a wall. So you imagine they're coming up against this major river, this obstacle in their path, and they're thinking, how do we get to the other side? And God says, well, the priests, and they're going to pick up the Ark of the Covenant, they're going to stand in the water, which doesn't sound a very smart thing to do, does it? And yet the reality is that God was with them through this all. And God was saying to them, I want you to go into this step of faith. I want you going to go and stand in the water. And there's going to be a time period where you have to wait for the miracle. Because as you stand in the water, upstream, we don't know how far upstream, but somewhere upstream, the water supply would be cut off. And eventually the water between where it was cut off and where the Israelites were standing, that place would become dry because that water would flow through. And then after a period of time, they could go across on dry land. You know, the miracle is promised, but there's a time of waiting. There's a time of saying to God, well, we're standing in the water's still flowing. Did we mishear God? Did we miss it completely? Did we come into the wrong river? Did we just do the wrong thing? And I think often when we come into that situation, God is simply saying, look, the miracle is coming. Hang on. Now, we can be really impatient people, can't we? We want everything yesterday. If not yesterday, we want it now. We don't want to wait until tomorrow. But with God, often the fullness of what he has for us comes in time. And if we're impatient people, then we can so easily miss out on what God wants for us as his children. See, he has a heart to see us enter in to amazing things for his honor and glory. But it requires us to be patient. It requires us to trust. It requires us sometimes to wait. It's an old-fashioned word for wait is tarry. The blessing is coming, but we need to tarry. We need to wait for it. We need to hang in there. So we can say with confidence, I've followed what I believe to be the Lord's leading to this point. Now I'm in that place of testing. I'm trusting God. The water's still flowing. The water doesn't seem to be showing any signs of slowing down, but I'm going to hang in there. I'm going to trust God. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to say, well, this is the wrong river. No, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to enter into all that God has for me because I believe that his purposes are bigger than what I see. See, God's still in the business of changing lives, and he loves to do that through people who walk in obedience to him. So wait for the miracle. Don't give up. Don't give in. Hang in there and see the salvation that God wants to bring to you.